Hello everyone. Today I'm here with the last of the series of determiners and I'm here to explain numerals and interrogatives. Both the topics are very small, very easy to understand. So let's move ahead and finish off with this series. Numerals, as the word says, means numbers. They are always put before noun and they act like determiners, like one pencil, three bags, five oranges, and so on. Under numerals, we have two categories, cardinals and ordinals. Cardinal numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they express quantity as in how many, whereas ordinals express the order in a sequence like first, second, third, fourth. Let's have a look at the examples on this. Let's read these examples to know more. Ria gave 2 chocolates to each child. Now, where is the number here? 2. And 2 is a cardinal number. Correct, because cardinal numbers are 1, 2 and 3 and so on. Look at the next example. There are 4 directions. So 4 is again a cardinal number. And if you look at it closely, they are always placed before the nouns. Let's move to ordinal examples. Preeti stood first in the race. So here first becomes the ordinal numeral. The third row is reserved for the guests. Again, third is also an ordinal, and here also if you see that it is always before the noun. We often get confused when to use cardinals and when to use ordinals. But worry not, I have a small tip for you. Look here. Cardinal is used for counting. So cardinal counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, and ordinal ordering like first, second, third, fourth. So easy to remember tip. Cardinal counting, ordinal ordering. Correct? Yeah. Now whenever you are using ordinal numbers, you have to make sure that they always will have a suffix. Suffix as in st, like here st, nd, rd, th. These are all the suffix that we use for ordinal numbers like first, second, third, fourth. And whenever you are referring to a particular date, it should always be mentioned in the ordinal form. Like here, I have a date here, January 15, 2018, right? But when we are speaking this date, how do we speak it? We speak it like this, January 15th, 2018. Coming to interrogatives, we have 3 question words. What, whose, and which. What is used to take information on a specific thing. Whose is used to know the ownership of something, and which is used to get information when you are providing a set of choices. Let's look at these one by one. Let's consider whose first. Whose is always used to know the ownership of a thing. Like here in the examples, whose iPad did you use? Whose? To know the ownership of iPad. Whose car keys are these? Right? But whose can also be used as a possessive. So whose is the only interrogative possessive determiner that we have in grammar. We've already done possessives. Possessives are those which tell us about the ownership. So whose is the only word like that. But whenever we are writing whose, we have to consider one point here, that the spelling of whose is always like this, W-H-O-S-E, when we are considering it as an interrogative. Suppose you write apostrophe S, it means something else. Like whose will either mean who is, or it will mean who has. So both of them have got different connotations. Do not get confused. If you find this if you find an apostrophe s here, it means it is a contracted form of either is or has. But if you are using it as an interrogative or as a possessive, then use this spelling in your written English. Now let's consider the next two interrogatives together. What and which. They both are same. They both seek information, but there is only one difference. For what, we always give a general category, a general subject, whereas in which we will specify a definite area or give choices. Let's look at the examples. What time did you arrive? Or what books did you read? Now when I say what books, here then I'm talking about a general category. I'm not giving any choice to that person. So for such things or for such questions, we will use what. But when we are giving a particular preference, then we will use which. Like here, which red pen do you want? Considering that there is a set of red pens and I am asking the person to choose from that set. Next, which three teachers do you prefer? Again here I am talking about a choice. Okay, so it's time for a quick recap of the things that we learned today. And here's a small exercise for you as usual. I'm going to help you solve it. Let's start. Here are three books. I've been given a choice. Three books. Dash book do you think is the most interesting? So I have to fill an interrogative here, out of which, what and whose. What should I choose? Which. Correct. So I am going to choose here which because I have been given a choice here, a set to choose from. Next, Dash is her job profile. What is her job profile? Correct. Okay, let's do the next one now. Dash house is that. Whose house is that? Correct. Could you please pass me the dash file on that table? Now in the bracket I have given you a number and you have to change it into, yes, you know. So let's do it. Could you please pass me the second file? What kind of numeral is it? It is ordinal because we are specifying the order, and cardinal is to specify the counting. Remember this. Okay, come to the last one. The poor woman had dash children to feed. Now here I can count the number of children. So I will write here as cardinal for counting. So I can write any number here. Let's write 5. So I'll write 5 children to feed. That's all in today's session of numerals and interrogatives under the category of determiners. In my next video, I'll come up with a new grammar topic for you. Till then, take good care of yourself and stay safe.